Welcome back, everyone. Today I have this dehumidifier from Amazon. If you have the same one, then awesome, you can follow along. If not, this is just a fun little thing that I'm gonna do. So I got this dehumidifier for my bathroom, and I got it all set up in here, plugged it in, and it was whisper quiet. It was amazing. However, after a few days, then after a few weeks, then after a month or two, it just got louder and louder and louder and louder. The fan in here has become really loud to where I can hear it in the kitchen when it's in here in this room. All right, so here it is plugged in. Now let's see how loud it is. It's not crazy loud, but it's loud enough to get annoying and to hear it drone on from the other room. So that is the benchmark. I'm gonna rip this thing apart, figure out how it works, find the fan, and get a replacement. Let's make this quieter. All right, so let's start by taking this thing apart. So I don't know if this is needed, but we're gonna take that tray out just to make it easier to work with. Switch around to the back, and we've got two Phillips heads in there. Take the filter out, and we've got two more here. All right, now once we have those four screws out, there are four where these little feet are, but I want to get up here in the front, actually where the fan is. I think the front, but that's where the fan is up front, and you can see the split that goes through here. I don't need to take those screws off the bottom because this should just come out now. So time to pry. Okay, it was quite difficult actually. This is very well stuck together, but you can see there are three clips and there's a gap right here. You can kind of see it if you look through the back, through the mesh, but these are the clips. So if we look in here, maybe on the underside, we'll be able to see it. You can't really see it too well, but there is little recessed grooves where these tabs go in. So all I did was press down right here and then it popped open. So you can see, I tried to do it as well as I can without marring anything, but just get something very thin. I do have a tool here that's decently thin, and I pressed down on it and then it just separated. So now we can just separate this apart. That's it. Here's a good view on the other side. So you have that little recessed area for these tabs to go into, and then they've got these little tiny divots that will go into these holes. So that's what it looks like on the inside. This whole back part is plastic, and then you've got your wires running down to here, which is where the charging port is on the back. But I am interested in this front portion. I don't see any fan, so I'm gonna take a wild guess and say it's up front. And because it's up front, you can see these mounting everything up here to the front. So we're gonna take off all these screws, those three there. Doesn't look like there's possibly any on the bottom, and then those three on the side, and hopefully we'll be able to take this and just slide it up. So now that those are out, those two ones on the bottom, this slides up for this bottom part, and then the rest of this should slide out. And you do have the top fan portion that is in there. Well, the grill is slid into there, so we're gonna take that out. Oh, there's wires everywhere. We just want the front. There we go. We want this fan. All right, a little bit of a better view, just flipped it over. The thing is, I wanna keep this all plugged in because I'm not just going to buy a fan aftermarket, throw it in here. Like, this is obviously a very common size fan. I can go ahead and get a computer fan with like a Noctua if I really wanna spend the money, or a Be Quiet fan, something that is basically silent, not whatever the cheap one that comes with this. So my next question, and the reason why I kept everything connected, is I want to see the voltage that's coming out of this. So what I'm gonna have to do is plug in the power supply on this, plug it into the wall, have this thing beep, turn on, and then there will be voltage running through into the fan, and then I can check the voltage, whichever one, I haven't looked at it yet, but whichever one goes to the fan. But I think before to do that, just to make it a little bit easier, I will take the fan out It looks like it's just being held in by those two screws. The top ones are, it's easier to see on this side, the top ones are just little nubs. You can see right in there, just for, I guess, alignment. So we're gonna take out these two. All of these so far, all these that I've taken out, all these screws are the same except for two. The two that go into this one, where it was, this is the bottom piece, the ones that go there, they have flatter heads, and they are also the pointed, so maybe self-tapping or something, but all the rest of them are exactly like that. Just removed those two screws, and they are the same, the ones I just showed you, one with the little pointy ends. So those ones are special, but now that I have those out, this thing is still super, super solid. You've got two retaining clips on both sides. I've already popped this one up. You can see I've got it out of its little groove, but you got two on that side and two on that side. So once you pop those out, kind of lever those, then this fan can finally come out. All right, super easy, just popped right out. I know this is a cheap fan, but design flaw here. Look at all of the dust on this that has completely passed through this dust filter. So good to know for future, but look at this, this is perfect. Little fan cord jumps right up to there, easy enough. And how convenient, they've got a little sticker on front that tells us what is being used here. It is a DC 12 volt. And I've even got like a part number. Bro, I've got everything I need. I don't even need to test it. So we know this is going to be a 12 volt fan. So I've got a little ruler to figure out what size it is. So we'll put it on the start there. Oh, this is really hard to see. There we go. And so it's 92 millimeters. That's about what it is. Oh man, you really can't see that on camera. And the fan that I decided to go with was the Arctic P9 Silent, because I want it to be silent. Arctic is a decent brand when it comes to nice, quiet PC fans. So this one is all the right dimensions to fit our old fan. So here it is. Everything is all the same size, everything. I'll link this down below if you want to do the same thing. However, I noticed, even though they are the same size, you notice this and this, those, we got a thick boy over here. And the whole length itself is the same, which is fine. But because these arms, legs, whatever you want to call them, sides, need to fit here and clip into place, these clips are going to be pretty useless because it won't reach these higher ones. So we're going to have to do a little bit of something. If you want to grind them down so they can do that way, I'm just going to do it the cheap and easy way. I've got zip ties. So I'm just going to slap some zip ties on there. It's already really stable. You've got lips going around this whole thing, so it's not going to slide around anywhere. It's just to make sure it doesn't come straight out, even though I doubt it because it's got all this stuff in the way, just to make sure it doesn't go anywhere. Now we need direction. We need to know which way it's going to go. This is how the fan went in with the blank side. So we know if we look around the side, we can see right there, airflow comes this way. So because it was like that, that means air is being pushed through here, so through the fins. Same thing with the new one. Look around the side, it's hidden. It's very hard to see, but you've got an arrow here up and an arrow this way saying that the fan goes that way. So that means if you're looking at the Arctic thing, that it's pushing air that way. So we're gonna have it like so. So now we know where it's gonna go, how we're gonna secure it, its direction. Now the only thing we have to do is get the connector to work. So we've got all this to work with, but this is a 3-pin. Gladly, you can use these for DIY projects. You just scan the little thing on here for the DIY instructions, that guy, and it'll give you the pin layout. So looking like this with the little tabs up top, the first pin, the second pin, and the third pin. That's how it should go. I will correct it if it's wrong, but the first pin is gonna be ground, second pin is gonna be your power, so your 12 volt, and the third pin is RPM. So in this use case, we are not gonna be using that third pin, so we can just completely forget that. So there's a few ways to do it. The way I'm gonna do it is I'm just gonna snip this off. This is completely useless, but I'm gonna use this to mark which wires are which. And then I'm just going to peel back the coating, chop this connector off of this one, and just transplant it onto this one so I can just plug it in directly to that. My point of reference here, as you can see, the top one all the way to the right is gonna be our third wire, hopefully. So I've chopped that one pretty low, so I know that that's the one we're not using, so we're only gonna use these two. If you flip it over to the side, I didn't even notice this, if you look really hard, that ground wire has a stripe on it, that white stripe that goes along. So if we say look down here, you can see it's got that white stripe going. So that is your ground. Makes it a little bit easier instead of trying to, I don't know, color code these or remember which one's which. All right, simple enough. I've got those wires stripped, those wires stripped. We're gonna put the positive and the negatives on, I don't even know which one it is. Okay, so this one is the ground, so I'm gonna tie the ground to the black, and I'm gonna tie the one that's not striped to the red, because that's the power. Solder them together, and we've got a connection. All right, those are soldered together. They are solid wires. They are one now. This is its new connection. So what we're gonna do is we are gonna get some electrical tape, cover these each separately so they are not touching each other, and then that'll be it. That'll be completely wired up. We can slap that guy on there, slap some zip ties, and put this whole thing back together. But I am gonna test this. I probably should have tested it before I soldered it and made it kind of permanent, but I got all this to work with. So I'm gonna plug it in now. Plug it in general. I'm not gonna put it together, but I'm gonna plug that in, plug it into the wall to make sure this thing spins. If it spins, I got it right. All right, so this is my test. I got everything plugged in. It beeped, so I didn't break anything when I put it together. Don't do what I'm doing. Make sure those wires are not touching, because if they touch, then death to everyone. So, got it plugged in, press the power button. This should spin. Literally silent. I cannot hear it, but it's spinning. It's putting out some, there it is. I can feel it. It's going that way. I can feel the air. It worked. All right, surprisingly enough, I feel like this is just a teensy bit bigger, not just in the parts. It's not clipping into place like I said, but I think it's a little bit bigger all the way around. I was able to snap it in, but it is so snug. Like, I don't think this thing is going anywhere. So I'm not even gonna put zip ties on there because I still got other stuff to put in, but I don't think that's going anywhere for something that's basically never gonna be moved. So I'm just gonna keep that way, which is awesome because that's less restrictive airflow with, I know it's not much, but a zip tie on there. So now I'm just gonna do the reverse and put this thing back together. It's done. First things first, we're gonna put these two screws back in. Remember, those are the ones with the pointy ends. Just about to put this back in, fan side down. And before I put it in there, just check all your wires. I tucked as much as I could up in the top where that groove is, right up in there. The rest of it, just make sure it's not in the way of any of your screws that are going in. You don't want to puncture those when you're screwing everything in, but just make sure everything is routed out of the way. And let's just set that in there. I need two hands, but get everything set in place. Little point of advice. I noticed it was much easier to put this whole thing in if this was removed. So in hindsight, take this off to the side, put this in first, make sure that these are slid in. The top is nice and smooth. It's right in that little slot on both sides. There's nothing in the way. This one looks a little messy, but as long as there's nothing in the way and there's nothing directly in front of the fan, we are good. This one I have it routed just at the bottom part of the fan, but I have it routed this way, and also the two wires here, I have it routed on the side of the fan. So nothing should be in front of that fan to be hitting anything. So now that's in place, I can put those 4 screws in place to secure this down and pop this back in. Now those 6 screws are in place, so 2 over here, nice and clean. 2 over here, I tucked everything away, made sure nothing was in the way. Also for when we clamp this down, I wanna make sure that that tab and that tab are clear. So let's try to tuck those down there, out of the way. And then This bottom one, I tucked it kind of this way. It'll be routed down there, but everything seems to be in place, so we can get this, set it over the top, make sure everything lines up, make sure you don't have any wires sticking out to get pinched, so we'll push those in. And once everything is in place, we just put some pressure on it, it'll all snap in place, and we put the screws back here and here. All right, got those 4 screws back in. Now we just need to slap on our dust cover and our bowl up front for our drippings. And we've got a newly put together, silent forever dehumidifier from Amazon, just for an extra, what, $9. So here we are back in the bathroom. I have the dehumidifier with the new fan set up where it was before. I've got the phone right where it was before. So now take a listen to see if you can tell the difference. And I'll put them side by side too. It is now more quieter than it was before. So that's awesome. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you didn't, then at least you have a teardown video of the dehumidifier from Amazon, which is the top seller on Amazon. So I hope you all enjoyed, and come back for more random videos.